Those who read this are seeking the truth behind the start of Trayaguard and how it grew to the magnificent city we all love today. I can give you this truth. If you want to know the full story of Trayaguard, we need to go back to the beginning. Trayaguard was only a small and humble village called UwUa, settled at the northwestern coast of Simulami. Me and my old friend Belial lived our younger years together in this place, building the walls and a tavern to make this little part of Eldham a safe place to live. But it didn't last. The mayor had abandoned us, and the town fell into despair. Most people left the place, including me. I left it all behind and travelled all over Eldham for half a year. When I came back, everything had changed. The land I used to live in had become draconian instead of Simulami. I decided to go back to my little village, but it was completely abandoned. I only stayed there for 3 days until I started exploring again. But then, while exploring Draconia, I found my old friend Belial again. While I was away, he had worked up the ranks and owned his own new town called Vanguard. I decided to live there instead of UwUa, thinking that the village would be lost to nature. While I was staying in Vanguard, I met a traveller called Alistair Quinn, and we became good friends. We gave each other great company throughout our stay in Vanguard, and together we worked hard to make Vanguard a prosperous place. But it too became inactive. And so the seeds grew for the start of something new, of something great. I had the ambition to have my own company based in the old town of UwUa. A few days later, I founded a company with Tibord and Snow. 2 other players I met in Vanguard as well. We decided to start in UwUa, for nobody lived there anyway, which is a shame because for trading it's a perfect place to start. Though at a snail's pace, the city kept growing, and soon after, everything that was abandoned had its purpose again. And about a month in our endeavour, UwUa was back onto its former glory with a new company funding the city. On January the 5th, a young man called Hilke Harold Ironhide came to my town. Desperate for a place to live, he asked me for shelter. He wasn't from Eldham. He travelled far to get here, from a realm I hadn't heard of before. I was willing to fulfill his request in exchange for his loyalty to me and UwUa, and he accepted. I started to have a good relationship with this man, as he was as hard-working, determined and ambitious as me. It was at this time I decided to rename the town to Trayaguard, named after our determination and strong willingness to defend the land whatever it takes. Because more people were joining the city, we needed more room, so we decided to expand. Hey Lorraine, look at the horizon, look at the mountains. They would make an impeccable fortress, trust me.
I trust you, Hilke. I will allow you to build a fortress there and prove your worth.
It is widely accepted by historians that the 7th of January 2022, the day that the construction of the main fortress had begun, was the day that Trayaguard was born. Our fast ascent to greatness had gathered the attention of a few outsiders. Mike, a man obsessed with money and economics, started a business in our city. And Victor Brutnell, a man skilled in armory, became a local blacksmith. Furthermore, my friend Alistair had joined the city as well. The 5 of us became good friends, and we worked hard to make the city better than ever imaginable. The fortress was shaping up nicely, impenetrable from the outside, but it wouldn't matter. It would be on the inside where danger was looming. And then, on January 13th, the darkest hour would come to Trayaguard. Bandits! No, that is not my cup of tea. No, I think I know why Coco wanted me here.
Not as fun as...
Oh, hey, there they are. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. Out of nowhere they came. Bandits had entered the city. They came so suddenly. It was no ordinary raid. It could not have been. This was orchestrated by someone who knew where we were and that we were at our weakest today. But how? How did they know? And whom were they after? We needed to know as soon as possible. We immediately started looking for the culprit inside our own walls. And conveniently, one man was missing.
A huge mistake. It went wrong. It wasn't supposed to go down like this. Why were there so many of them? I have to flee. Flee from everything.
Once the truth came out, I was shocked.
Out of all people, Alistair? I do not understand.
We tried to catch the traitor, but he managed to slip away at last.
I left everything behind. I ran far, far away. I've run across fields, climbed mountains, explored abandoned villages. I think it would be for the best if I did not return. I betrayed them. I betrayed them all.
At long last, the attack had ended. Our first day in the spotlight was one lit by the darkest light imaginable. A nearby town to the east, called Trayaguard, led by the dwarf Dale, was also attacked by the bandits. They tried to defend as hard as they could, but they were no match. Both Trayaguard and Trayaguard had suffered many casualties. This was truly a dark day. Now we knew how ignorant we were. We were not yet ready for the dangers that Eldam had in store for us. So both me and the dwarf Dale had decided that it was time for a change. On January the 22nd, a new alliance was formed to further strengthen the bonds between the two cities and unite the northern island of Draconia as one union. On this day, Brudmere was born.
People of Trayaguard, we look up to a future brighter than the stars. When we unite as one, we'll come closer to the ultimate goal we so desire.
With the treaty signed by both parties, a new era has begun. The era of Brudmere. Since the birth of Brudmere, Trayaguard has enjoyed a time of great progress and peace. It's now February the 9th, and the castle has finally been finished. It's truly unbelievable how far we've come. In just 2 months, Trayaguard went from a small, renovated town to an impenetrable city. Every day we become stronger, but it also means that bigger challenges await us. So many people will have their own legends, ready to be explored, ready to be written. And with the rise of Brudmere, history will be made. But that's for another time. Now, I will look back on the great city of Trayaguard, and when the time comes, I will look forward to an even brighter future.